Yo, what is up YouTube? MrMelch here, bringing another brand new video here today. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. Got another good one here for you, but first, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like down below, and also be sure to comment what you guys think of this video, and would love to hear your feedback on any weapon classes or anything else you want me to cover in the future. But let's jump straight into today's video, covering the AK-47 and the best multiplayer class that you can slay down on when playing multiplayer in Black Ops Cold War. Now, keep in mind, as always, this is with the AK-47 maxed out and with all the attachments unlocked. Now, within the game, the AK-47 is classified as a full auto assault rifle, high damage with a marginally slower fire rate, excellent stopping power for mid-range encounters. This is, in my opinion, the most powerful weapon in the game and is my go-to. I used to use the XM4, but I'm now moved over to the AK-47 as my primary weapon of choice when playing multiplayer. Now, let's get straight into the attachments that I use for this AK-47 class. Keep in mind, I do use the Gunfighter wildcard, which allows for 8 weapon attachments, so you'll need to have that unlocked and equipped for this class. Now, into the attachments, with the optic starting off, I use the Microflex LED as my optic. Kind of just a preference on my end, but you're able to use the Millstop Reflex. That's my second favorite, the 1.37 magnification, and the Microflex is 1.25, so a slight decrease in the magnification, but I just like this sight the best personally. Next, down to the muzzle, I use the KGB Eliminator. This is the plus 85% muzzle flash concealment and plus 17% vertical recoil control. We do account for the con of the horizontal recoil control with a different attachment that we use, so we do kind of make up for that, but also does make a big difference. Down with the barrel is the 20-inch Spetsnaz RPK barrel. The big thing on this one is the plus 11% damage and plus 50% effective damage range and 50% bullet velocity. This is what your damage is. Obviously, there's a lot of cons here as it's a big bulky barrel. The vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control do take a hit on this, but again, we do account for that in some further attachments along here. Next down is the barrel. I use the steady aim laser. A lot of the other ones have a con of the sprint to fire time or the aim down sight time. I don't like the decrease in those, as I like to be able to shoot on the fly and obviously have a quick aim down sight time. That's why I just choose the basic steady aim laser. Next, with the underbarrel is the Spetsnaz grip. This makes up for a lot of the cons we had earlier with the vertical and horizontal recoil control. This is just my preference. Some people like the Spetsnaz speed grip, but again, I prefer the Spetsnaz grip normally, just as the vertical and recoil control does take a hit on the other attachments that we do use, so this is my go-to. Next is the magazine. I just go with the 40 round. Again, some of these other ones you can kind of play around with depending on your style. Again, a lot of them have a hit on the aim down sight time, which I don't like. That's why I prefer to stick with either the 40 round or the taped mags. Doesn't really matter depending on if you want a larger size mag or not. I prefer the 40 round over the standard 30, so that's just my kind of preference. Next on the handle is the GRU elastic wrap, GRU, whatever you want to pronounce it as. Main one on this one is the aim while going prone, so you can do your drop shotting if you prefer. I have that built into my system on how I play. It's just natural for me at this point for all the Call of Duty titles I've used it in, but obviously assists with the aim down sight time, which I like, and the plus 90% flinch resistance, which is huge in my opinion. And then lastly, for the stock is the KGB skeletal stock. You know, I'd talked before about the quick sprint to fire time. Obviously this assists in that. The hip fire does take a hit on this, but I do think it's worth it, obviously. But yeah, those are kind of the 8 attachments that I use. There's obviously ones that you can sub in and out for different preferences on playstyles, but those are the 8 that I use and I find the most effective in this class specifically. Now that'll do it for all the attachments on the AK-47. Now for other stuff on this class, I always like to use Stim Shot. Flank Jacket, Scavenger, Ninja are kind of the go-tos as for tactical and perks and such. The rest of it's kind of up to you and your play style. But anyway, that will cover it on this class. Hope you guys enjoyed this video in this class. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. If you have any other suggestions on different attachments or weapons to use with certain classes, be sure to let me know down in the comments and subscribe to the channel if you are not already. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you in the next one.